Hello YouTube, this is Mr. Rodney with another video, and today's video is going to be on slow cooked southern style barbecue, North Carolina style. America is forgetting how to cook, and I say that because whenever we go to the hardware stores, to the big box stores, everything we mostly see is gas grills. Now gas grills are great if you're in a hurry and you don't have a whole lot of time to cook. Gas grills are what you want. But before there was gas grills, there were charcoal grills. Charcoal grills are the way that southern barbecue or southern cooking was done many, many years ago. Slow. But unfortunately though, charcoal grills are designed to cook fairly fast. You can slow down the cooking quite a bit, but still you have the tendency to get the food a little hot, and sometimes that's not the way we want to cook food. There's a difference between barbecuing and grilling. These two apparatuses right here are for grilling. The gas grill, of course, uses gas for fuel. This model is about a 1993 Weber, and it has given me absolutely no problems. It's a great grill. Every charcoal grill just about that I have, or gas grill that I've ever owned, has been a Weber, and I have nothing bad to say about the company. The charcoal grill I have is a Weber Performer. It has a gas-assisted lighting system that helps get the charcoal lit fast, so you don't have to waste your time using charcoal lighter fluid, which can add a bad taste to whatever it is you're cooking. Now, one of the things that I like about this grill is when I don't use it, I still use it. When I barbecue, I use this grill to light my charcoal. Now, one of the best things that you can ever buy, and you'll never have to buy another thing for as far as lighting charcoal, as far as lighter fluid, is buy one of these chimneys. They're not really that expensive. They last quite a while. This is one I haven't used yet. This one right here has just about seen its last cook. There's no way that you can keep these things from eventually looking this way, just because there's a lot of fire in here. But the way the chimney works is you put some charcoal inside this basket here, and you can either put some paper or some type of a straw or pine straw or something up under here and light the fuel underneath. The fire will come up and light the coals on the bottom, and in turn the fire will come up through here and light the entire basket. You don't have to put a whole lot of charcoal in here to get it going, but you can fill it full if you want, and it will light a lot of charcoal and it'll get it burning really fast, and you don't have to use lighter fluid. Usually when I use this, I'll put this inside the grill over the gas assisted igniting system, and it speeds up things quite a bit to where I can get my charcoal in action. Now, what we're going to be showing you today is one of my favorite Weber products, which is the Smoky Mountain Cooker. Now, today I've got both the Smoky Mountain Cooker and my first smoker, which is a Brinkmann Gourmet Charcoal Smoker. The Brinkmann, when I got it, was priced right. It's a fairly decent starter smoker, but I never have really been all that satisfied with it because I've never had any way to control my draft or the damper on it. It's just how it's the factory setting. This thing can get really hot on you if you're not careful. It has a water bowl inside that you can access through this door. You can add water in this bowl here, and what this bowl serves as is a buffer. This is what keeps the intense heat from reaching the meat, which is up in the cooking area. In other words, it only lets the heat around the side of it, and the charcoal is actually trying to boil this water, which it can't. So in other words, it leaves some moisture inside this to keep it from the meat from drying out. This is a fairly decent starter smoker, but you'll quickly find out that you'd rather have something else. Now, what I did later I did some research, and I found that this smoker made by Weber has been offered for many, many years. This is a 2010 model, which is the first year in many years that they came out with some modifications. One thing that came out was this heat pan on the bottom, which is supposed to help prevent fires on wooden decks, where you can operate this on a deck without it really being an issue. They have an improved handle on the access door, plus they have added a thermometer where you can keep up with how much temperature is inside without actually having to add a thermometer. Before, this was not on here, and you had to drill a hole in the cooker to add a thermometer. Also, it has damper accesses on the bottom, which allows the inlet of air, and also there's one on the back of the cooker as well, which allows a lot of the smoke to escape. And of course, you can adjust that if you need to slow things down. But usually these companies suggest that you leave it wide open throughout the whole cook. Now, speaking of barbecue, I'm going to let you have a little peek at what's inside. Inside this cooker, there's about 40 pounds of Boston butt pork meat cooking. Now, I started this about an hour and a half ago. I have about 20 pounds on the bottom grate and about 20 pounds on the top. There's almost 40 pounds of barbecue in this cooker right now. And it's about 10 o'clock in the morning, and this will be cooking probably until 7 or 8 o'clock tonight. I'm in no hurry to get this barbecue cooked. I want it to be perfect when it's done, so we're cooking it low and slow. Now, to keep the barbecue from burning, we're cooking it slow. But you need to put something on the barbecue. You can't put barbecue sauce on meat to cook it immediately. That's the worst thing you can do, because most barbecue sauce has sugar in it. Sugar will crystallize, it will scorch, it will burn, it will ruin whatever it is you're cooking. You're not supposed to put barbecue sauce on any type of meat until about the last 10 or 15 minutes that you're cooking. Now, to coat the meat, one of the cheapest things, best things you can use is just regular old French's yellow mustard. Mustard has no sugar in it. You can coat meat with this and it will not scorch. It will form a protective barrier, sealing in the flavor around the meat, so to speak. And after it cooks, you'll never be able to tell that there was anything on it. Now, some of you folks like to put a rub on. McCormick's makes a very good pork rub from their Grill Mates line, and that's what I've used on this. I use this on ribs, I use it on pork shoulders, I use it on a lot, but also there's another type of rub that I really like to use, which is made by Stubbs, and that's a very good rub to put on pork. It's a little more expensive than McCormick's, but it's a very good rub, and I do use this quite often. Now, another thing that you can use if you're needing to coat the meat is this Stubbs mopping sauce. This has no sugar in it. You can coat all your meat with this. Every hour you can put some of this on and it will not scorch. And that's the great thing about the mopping sauce, is that's exactly what it's designed to do, is to keep the meat moist and seal in the flavor. And you can also use some Maurice's mustard-based sauce. It does have a little bit of sugar in it, and if you need to stretch the Stubbs out, you can add this to it, to where if you're having a large cook, you can use this and it'll stretch the sugar out to where it won't really make a difference. But those are some of the things I wanted to show you. Now, another thing, when you're doing this, we use old, trusted Kingsford Blue charcoal. I do not suggest that you use lump charcoal because it burns too hot. It's fairly uncontrollable. You need to use that for your regular charcoal grill when you're cooking steaks. Go for the old, trusted Kingsford. Now, another thing as far as what I use to also smoke, you see there's some smoke coming, is I use hardwood. Just chunks like this with the bark still on it. You can use maple, you can use hickory, cherry, peach, apple, anything but a cone-bearing tree. You do not want to use any type of pine, cypress, or cedar, anything like that, because it will ruin the barbecue. It can ruin anything that you try to cook. But you can even use cut up grapevines. to use to smoke this. And you don't have to take the bark off. Some people have said to soak the wood. I have soaked the wood for several days, have cut through it. It's still fairly dry inside. It doesn't make any difference whatsoever. But that's about a good size piece to put inside your smoker. And I'm going to open up this one right here. This piece of meat has only been on here just a little while. And we're just going to take a little gander at it. And you can see it's already cooking up very well inside of this Brinkmann cooker. And I've only got one piece of meat in here, but it's the largest piece because this cooker cooks hotter than the other one. And I need to get it done, all of them done about the same time. But anyway, YouTube, I do appreciate it. And thanks for coming to Mr. Rodney's patio and charcoal temple, so to speak. Thanks a lot.